Surprise! I know. It's your old buddy Mike. I've grown a little more beard. Okay, I might not. I've grown a little more beard. Well, at least we didn't get feedback. Hey, everybody. It is Monday, the 6th of June. This is a huge day for Total Seminars. We are making the big announcement, the grand reveal today. And it was Mike's plan to share that big reveal with you. And it turned out not possible because of the flight that they put him on. When he arrived in San Francisco to get to the conference to do the big announcement, he looked at the arrival time, the time that he had to be at the conference and do the presentation, the time that his show is on. And he called me last night and said, it's not going to happen. Do the show. So, okay. And so I started doing a little bit of pre-prep and things like that. This is too early to tell you all this. I'm going to wind up repeating myself, but that's how it goes, right? Then I wrote him a message and said, I presume that you want to do the reveal yourself when you're able to get back on Wednesday or sometime later today or whatever. And he said, absolutely. So I am heretofore sworn to secrecy. The big announcement that's happening today will not come from me. Now, look online, look at the RSA conference, look up Mike's name. Maybe you'll see something there. I tried to look him up the other day, look up the conference schedule. And I think it's called rsaconference.com or something like that. You have to look it up. But I couldn't find where. And when Mike gets in this mode, he's way too busy for me to ask him all these detailed questions, because basically those kind of details he works out moments before they're due to happen. This is a huge bit of planning on his part to know a day in advance that he wasn't going to be able to do the show. So somehow, somewhere today, information will be out on what it is. We were told, I had a meeting with somebody at the office last night who told me that the announcement's today, but our website doesn't have to be ready until Wednesday, or I think there are words to that effect. So I doubt that there's anything on the Total Sem website, but there will be on or by Wednesday. So sorry, just 48 little more hours and we go from there. So with deepest apologies, I don't have the info for you yet. We'll get there. It's been months and months and months up till now. So just a little bit more. This is not pink lemonade. And I'm not choking, but I am hiccuping with a little bit of a dry throat. So, well, let's see who all is here, and then we'll do some welcomes and all that stuff. This is Mike Meyers' show. This is Mike Meyers AMA, Ask Me Anything. We get together. He gets together with you twice a week, every Monday and every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Central Time, right here on the YouTube Total Seminars channel. It's called Total Seminars channel, to talk about CompTIA certifications, technology, answer whatever questions you have, put questions before you to get you thinking about it. And I'm kind of filling in for the big shoes today. We'll see what happens. And the easiest way to ask questions is to post your question in the YouTube live stream feed. If you'll change top chat to live chat, just click on it. That gets the YouTube algorithm out of the way that says, oh, somebody put a word in there that I'm not happy with, and they don't post it. Also make sure that you use the 3-dot kebab over on the right-hand side. If it's vertical, it's a kebab. And toggle timestamps on, because I try to remember to read the timestamps of questions and answers. And then you'll know if I've gotten to your question yet or comment or not. So with that, let's go back and see who's here and when they got here. Dollarwood pops in 20 minutes before the show. Welcome, Dollarwood. Rainbow Jesse's with us. Hey, Mike, happy Monday. Long time no see. Sorry he's not here to answer you back directly, Rainbow Jesse, but I'm glad to see you again. Let's see, you've been soul searching on roller skates and now you're back. Okay. So yes, Mike is in San Francisco. He's at the RSA conference. There's other people from the company there. There's other people with whom he is hanging and doing presentations. It's a big deal. I can't wait to find it myself. I want to see how he's going to do the announcement and all that good stuff. Zoltan's here. Hey, everyone. Still no pesticides. Sorry. You got to have some consistency in these welcome type greetings that I do. Anyways, I feel the need for consistency. And so that is mine. We'll always be 100% organic, never any pesticides. Those are pesticides that have gone off. Johnny 5 is here. Hola, nice to see you again, my friend. Mohammed Al Abayad is here. Mohammed, many thanks for your all the activities that you've done on LinkedIn, and I'm thrilled to have seen your picture for the first time. I've never seen you live, and this is as close as it comes. So you're a good looking guy, man. I'm pleased to have you as a link, or no, I don't think we linked, but you did follow. So, but if you want to link, by all means, just send me a link request. I will say yes. And same is true for anybody else. Always looking to expand my LinkedIn presence. I'm not real big on all the other social media things, but I really enjoy LinkedIn. I love getting the my almost weekly posts out to everybody about upcoming shows and things like that. Just go to LinkedIn, look up Dave Rush and Total Seminars or Raspberry Pi. You'll find me in that hit, and send me a link request and you will be instantly approved. Kathleen Stevens has joined the fray. Good to see you again. Our good friend, Nifty Glowing Cheese, Brittany. I like that you've added Brittany to it. Well, you're Nifty Glowing Cheese. You've always been ever since we've known you. But hi back. Ali Old Ramul is amongst us. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. Kevin Lopez back amongst the fray. Kevin did a really nice post on the Unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel about DuckDuckGo, who kind of got caught with their hand in the cookie jar and are not pulling back from that. My guess is they can't. They're probably contractually obligated. But if you're watching the DuckDuckGo commercials, we're privacy oriented and we're secure. Well, yeah, except for our contract with Microsoft, where we send all requests to and through Microsoft so they can collect your data. I moved from DuckDuckGo a while ago to quant.com, QWANT. I always had this concern about DuckDuckGo. It's always a fine search engine. It technically works pretty well. It finds most of the stuff that the bigger names ones do. But they got bought a couple of years ago by an advertising company. And, I had that feeling that sooner or later, those synergies had to merge and take advantage of each other. And when they started doing these commercials during sports shows, football and baseball and whatever, come and see DuckDuckGo. I thought, wait a minute, you don't charge anybody. You don't have any paths to sell advertising or get advertising. So what the heck? And I was always curious what their business model could have been. Well, there it is, the big secret. They're selling your stuff to Microsoft or providing it to them. Taco, paraquat exposure is linked to increased risk of Parkinson's. It is. That's why I threw that out there. It was somebody asked about pesticides. I put the only thing that I know about pesticides out there. Oh man, I blew it. I grabbed a chunk of ice and now I have to chew it. Sorry, guys. Chris Kent. Chris, is the question that I have. Somebody asked me a question on my show on Friday, and I have the answer for it. In fact, I had the answer then and I didn't know it. I just didn't read the question thoroughly. It's really, really obvious. I don't think Chris was the guy. And I'm not going to look it up now. I'm going to do it on my Friday show, but I have the answer and it's really, really, really obvious when you read the question carefully. Alex Pollock, nice to see you. Welcome back. Zoltan, we can wait 2 more days because you don't have much of a choice. Me too. What do we got here? Dave is here, so it's going to be fun. Wait a minute. I hope it's fun, but I have a lot of fun just watching Mike. When I work the back channel, I am working hard, believe it or not. It doesn't seem like it, but trust me, I am just running like a fiend. But for those moments when I don't have to run and type and prep documents and things like that, I just sit back and listen to Mike, as I have done for the last almost 12 years, and enjoy every moment of it. It's an herbicide, not a pesticide. Are we seriously going to go down this little bit of syntax road hell? I'm not. Nah. It's a side. It kills stuff. Hopefully it doesn't kill the stuff it's not supposed to. Good Lord. Xerxes is here. Hola, Xerxes 78. As is Kylie Powder. Man, what, it's old home week. What do we got? I turned the screen off, the YouTube feed screen, so I can't tell how many people are here anymore. But it looks like a pretty good crowd, just based on the name list. Oh, it says, Dave Rush, I have part of the secret announcement from my research, I believe. Okay. There's nothing that I can do or would do to stop you from posting it. So if you think you got something and there's info out there, I'm not saying don't. Ali, old Ramul, how difficult are practice questions compared to the test ones? A little bit. Let's just go with that. Look, everybody considers CompTIA exam questions tricky. And if you don't know their secrets for having studied the questions for 2 decades, they are. But once you know a little bit about them, they're not tricky. You just have to understand their philosophy of question writing. And that philosophy, they have about 10 different techniques that they use. Many of them are focused on drilling down to explore your knowledge of things that aren't obvious, that everybody knows. I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. One just came up. I was talking to somebody about it on Reddit 2 or 3 days ago. Maybe you to me, whatever. All right. So the question, I get this question all the time on Udemy. It says, hey, there's a question on Udemy. There's 4 answer choices, but those aren't the right ones. You know, the one that's right is this thing. No, this thing is right and it's not in there, but one of these is also right. It's not as obvious. It's not as in your face as all the other ones, but that's one of the things that CompTIA wants you to do. They want you to get past the stuff that everybody knows and dig deeper into your knowledge to accomplish, to demonstrate what you really know about the depths of some of this stuff. So that being the case, we write questions using 5 techniques. The technique that everybody loves, the obvious answer. There's a simple question, it's got a simple answer, and the other 4 you can throw out the window. There's nothing tricky, there's nothing close. Everybody loves those because everybody aces those. But if we gave just those, nobody would be ready for the test, because we try to expose you to all the other kinds of things that you're going to encounter on a CompTIA exam, right? So we will do that other technique. We won't put the most obvious answer that everybody knows. We'll give 3 wrong answers and 1 that's right, but you really got to know your stuff to know that right one, and a few others. So we probably do that a little bit more than CompTIA does, and for that reason, they're a little bit tougher than CompTIA. Now, what do I do with that information as someone who's practicing taking tests? Well, you do 2 things. 1, you take the test over and over and over. Couple of reasons for that. You're going to wind up memorizing those questions. We write questions not just using techniques like CompTIA, but all of us who are in the creative process here, writing the books and creating the video courses and writing test questions and things like that, we take these tests, these real CompTIA tests, all the time, and we make mental notes of questions that I saw and would like to not duplicate, but replicate really, 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 really close. So once you start nailing these questions because you have memorized, there's probably something, excuse me, I've got this nose itch. There's probably something very similar in the CompTIA test that if you see that question, oh yeah, I'm just gonna look for an answer that looks like this, the right answer on the practice test, hey, there it is. And So good answer there. Number 2, keep taking these test questions over and over and over until you're getting regularly, consistently, a minimum of 85% passing on them. Next, and last but not least, when you review a test question, when you take a test question, you haven't reviewed it yet, not only should you be able to explain why the right answer is right, but why every wrong answer is wrong. Sometimes it's really easy. Oh, that's stupid. It isn't even related to the topic here. Oh, that one's wrong because it says there are 5 special permissions when there's only 4. Okay, so you know a good deal about that. Research them after that. When you're doing the review, go look at all the wrong answers. And this is a learning technique for you. You can go learn why this answer is wrong from the study materials that you've gotten from Total Seminars or one of our competitors, if you so choose, or go look it up with third-party research, whatever it takes. So, but I know, long answer to answer a very simple, short question. Yes, ours are a little bit tougher, but that's why if you're nailing ours with at least 85% all the time, you can expect to do well on the exam. And the only reason that you couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't is because either they've added some questions that we haven't gotten around yet to recreating, we don't know about them yet, or because you have testitis, right? You don't overthink them. And that's the other thing. That's just general test question advice. Look at the question. Look at exactly and only what it asks. Look at the answers. Pick the one that answers exactly and only what the question asked. Do not add your own conditions. Well, this is true if the technician did this. As soon as you hear in your mind, if, or any convolution of if, stop. You are now answering your own question. You're not answering the question that's being asked with the answers that are being provided. Okay, keep it simple. I hope that helps. Jocko, I saw you online in the last day or two. I was gonna give you a prompt to join here, but you've beaten me to the punch. Teacher Russell is back. Crocodile. It is Crocodile. I don't screw around with alligator. That is Crocodile hide. It's I can't think of the name of the hornback. It's hornback with crocodile teeth. I wish I could say I wrestled the crocodile myself and skinned it. I didn't. It's commercial, but this is my summer hat. By the way, Muhammad El Abayat passed Net Plus. Big round of applause. Muhammad, congratulations, my friend. I'm so pleased to hear it. Get a job. Oh, sorry, I channeled Mike there. You have a job already, if I recall. Nifty Glower Dave, I thought I'd give you the opportunity to call my name if you prefer that over Nifty Glowing Cheese. I will happily call you Brittany. It is my habit to call people by whatever they have on here because I think that's what they want to be called. But it will be my pleasure to call you Brittany now and in future, should I so remember. Reading questions. Andy Wu is here. Dollarwood, please share their killing us. I haven't played with Brave Search. I just super scrolled. I got to go back, but I saw that question here. Switch to start page a month ago. Mike likes start page, not my cup of mud, but I've never researched them as to their privacy capabilities or reputation and things like that. I did a 1-month test on Quant, and I was happy enough to continue the test. So I extended it to 3 months. And after 3 months, I said, this is my go-to. And on rare occasion, I'll switch to something less desirable. What do I think of the Brave browser? I have been using the Brave browser for 2.5 years. I am a total convert, love Brave. Just checking questions here. Cinderfly, how's Brave Search? I have not experimented with, as I said, with Brave Search. I shall. As soon as I saw a DuckDuck commercial, I thought something was up. I was wondering where they got the money. Me too. Well done. Synergy. Both adjourn and Dance Gavin dance reference. Nice. Cinderfly, I saw writing on the wall. You did too. Long time ago. Yep. Okay, Dollarwood has given a hint. Antsy Man Productions. Right? I can't and won't expound on anything because of my sworn to secrecy situation. This has been in my closet forever. I just yanked it out. It needs to be a little bit reformed. It's got some unusual bends. Yes, it needs to be reformed. I'm going to send it to prison for reformation. Alex Pollock, I think they give a lot of information with which you can infer the answer of the question. Sometimes. Brittany says, I'm taking the test next week. Any tips as I'm taking the test? Which one, Brittany? So not knowing the answer to that, I just gave you my favorite tip. Keep it simple. Read the question. Don't add any mental conditions to the question. Find out what they're trying to ask. They bury a lot of extra information in test questions. That's one of the other techniques they do. Printer questions usually have nothing to do with printers. It's just a vehicle to build the question around. Freddie can't print. He's checked his TCP/IP settings and his network address is 10.4.4.0 and the printer's IP address is 192.168.1.35. It's not a printing question. It's a networking question. We've got mismatched network addresses. So same thing with answers. Don't add conditions to the answers. Don't say, but if. Find the answer that most perfectly matches the questions as asked and provided. That's my best advice. And take a lot of practice tests between now and then. Study them. Take them over and over and over and over and over. Catherine Legrand, formerly Catherine, hi gang, right back at you. Alex is here. Sorry, Alex, I'm not Mike. I know it's what you came to see. It's all right. We're having fun. How are we doing here anyways? 1421. Here, let me throw something up real quick. Should you wish to contact Mike outside of the confines of the YouTube chat feed, that is not impossible. All you have to do is send him an email. How can I send him an email? I'm glad you asked that question. His name is Michael Meyers. He works at Total Seminars. And so if you want to send him an email, you'll find him at michaelm@totalsem.com. Same is true for me. I'm Dave Rush. I work at Total Seminars. Dave R at totalsem.com. So now if you know the name of somebody who worked at totalsem.com, you've got the key figured out. First name, last initial at totalsem.com. Yeah, then you made the chat feed go away there. Oops, that's not the chat feed. There's the chat feed. Okay, back to that. Man, I did that other one so smoothly for a change. Screwed it up getting back to life here. If anyone take AMA practice, we'll be ready for the exams. Thank you, Mohammed. We believe that true. I think more practice you do, the more ready you are. You bet. Couldn't agree with you more. Well said. Ooh, Choi. New name for me. I haven't seen you on Mike's or my show, so welcome, Choi. Hi, I don't have a degree or experience in IT field. How can I get an entry-level job in cybersecurity? You can't. Okay, you're going to have, you can't walk in and say, my background is a line cook. I want to start in cybersecurity. So you've got to get some foundational information, network plus, security plus under your belt. You don't have to pass the exam. You don't have to achieve the certification, but you've got to have some knowledge of the topic. And then you start looking for employers and jobs that you want to pursue in the job sites, in LinkedIn and in Monster and Indeed and Career Builder and the other one that I always forget. Get the idea. And look at the credentials that they want people to have. Now, you don't have to have them all. They try to scare people sometimes with more advanced credentials than most people could possibly have. But that tells you what you want to study and prepare and try to get, if not some hands-on experience, at least some academic experience studying it. But you're not going to walk in with zero background to a cybersecurity job. Got to have a little bit of something to stand on. So Choi, I do have a bachelor's degree in business and work experience as property manager. Okay, see, you didn't say that. I don't have a degree is what your earlier one said. Okay, so any degree carries weight into any career. A business degree carries a lot of weight in a business career. A business degree carries some weight into an IT career because you bring that educational difference to this new career. You bring out of box thinking, which is very useful. Okay, so now that will help you in your search as well, because now you can kind of focus on search, just that people are looking for IT type positions, for cybersec positions with business experience, managerial education, and that'll help. Alex Pollock, 100% accurate. I was getting 85 to 88% right consistently on Sec Plus Total 7 practice exams. Got 87 on the real test. Congratulations, Alex. Outstanding, and thank you for the perfect example. Kylie Powder, you're ever so welcome about practice tests. I feel better and more comfortable. Good. I am the comforter in chief today. It's up to you and Mike. No hard feelings, no problem. TD Wash, in the practice exam, I tested each A+ objective separately. Right, so that's one of the really cool things about our practice exam, Total Tester Online. And by the way, in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to do a giveaway for 90-day free access to any Total Tester Online practice test that's in our inventory. So win one for the Gipper. And if not, they're not expensive. I'll give you 2 ways to get them inexpensively in the next couple of moments too. So woo. Sorry, I sidetracked myself there. In practice exam test, right? So what Total Tester Online does is it gives you the ability to create a practice test like the real exam. 19% of questions from this domain, 10% of questions from that domain, 22% of questions. You can do that. You can specify the number of questions that you're taking. You can specify how long, timed or untimed, with or without hints. Only by domain. I only want questions. I want 70 questions from domain 1. Okay, it's very flexible and programmable. So you can make it work exactly the way you like to study and practice. Taco land. Yeah, exactly. KISS. I just hate using the word, much less making it sound like I'm suggesting someone is stupid. I just, not my word. So keep it simple is good enough for me. 1 kiss. Oh, I love you too, Alex. You are so sweet. My missus is giving me the stink eye. She loves you too, actually. All right, Brittany, I'm taking A+ Core 1. Been studying for a month. My score throughout Total Testers in the 60s. Yeah, keep working on it, Brittany. You want higher scores than that. Walk in and get 60s. Walk out with 60s. Quick Strike 21, new name for me. Welcome, Quick Strike. Can you explain the difference? This is at time 224. Can you explain the difference between switches and bridges? I'm still confused. Yes, it's really, really simple. A bridge is a box that has 2 Ethernet connections on it, and they are historically different. Unshielded twisted pair, 10 base T on this side. Unshielded twisted pair, 10 base 100, 10 base 1000 gigabit Ethernet, coax. So a bridge, a wireless, right? A wireless bridge takes you from UTP to a wireless environment. A WAP is a smart bridge. So a bridge only has 2 connections and it switches from one section of Ethernet to another. Now, they do make bridges that have the same kind of technology on them, 10 base 1000 and 10 base 1000. Why would I do that, Dave? Because you're at your max limit on category 5E cable. You've hit 100 meters, but you've got another run that's another 40, 50, 100 meters away. So a bridge is a perfect device there to get you another 100 meters, up to 100 meters. A switch is a smart box. It's got multiple ports in it. And what makes it smart is when you connect a device to it, a host, that host wants to communicate with somebody. And every time he communicates, he puts 2 pieces of information at the beginning of the frame. The MAC address, destination. Okay, the MAC address of the station he wants to talk to. Maybe it's everybody. Maybe it's the broadcast address. Maybe he's learned somehow the MAC address of a particular recipient, 02608C ABC123. And then right after that field comes its own MAC address, the sender's MAC address. So here's what the switch does. He looks at every frame that comes in, notes the destination, may or may not know where it is. Let's say I just plugged this switch in, just turned it on, so he doesn't know where this is. We'll hold that thought for a moment. But he noticed that an inbound message on port number 1 came from MAC address 02608C ABC123. And so he puts a little note in his memory table that says, there is a host named 02608C ABC123. I have that memorized because I have been doing that same example, by the way, for close to 30 years. But he says, now that MAC address is always associated with port 1. If I ever get a message inbound with that destination address, I'm going to send it out port 1 because I know it's going to get there. If I don't know where a port is, where a MAC address is, I'll send that out all ports. But what'll happen is the recipient is on one of those ports and will respond. Let's say he's on port 3. And so he gets that message and says, yes, this is me. I am 026 ABC, 02608C, ABC 456. And this message is to you, 02608C, ABC 123. It goes into the switch and the switch says, 2 useful pieces of information. The destination MAC address, 02608C, ABC 123 is on port 1. I'm going to forward this message through the switch out port 1. It's going to get to the destination. Second of all, I now know the sender's MAC address of whoever's connected to port 3, 02608C ABC 456. Mental note in the table, that MAC address is on port 3. So as soon as every station on every connected port checks in one time, the switch will have read all of their source MAC addresses, and now it knows everybody that's on every port, and henceforth, whenever a frame comes in for a given destination MAC address, he just looks in the table and says, oh, that host is over on port 16, Zip, and it only goes out 16. Okay, so it's kind of what we used to call a multi-port repeater, but it's not a repeater because it's selective. It only sends packets out a single destination or frames out a single destination when it knows that the host is out there. I can do a 2-hour presentation on this, and I encourage you to check out in Network Plus and in A Plus, the networking stuff, the Net Plus. Spend $10, spend $12 when it's on sale at Udemy, get the Network Plus, and we've got 13 different lectures on that topic and closely related topics alone. I think it's in the network appliances or network devices, network connections. I hope that helps. Here, tell you what, I'm going to take a pause here at 2:24. We're going to do a contest because it's 33 minutes past the hour. Now's a really good time, I'm thinking, to give away Total Tester Online, since it's come up 3 or 4 times. That seems like a really good thing to do. I'm going to steal a page from Mike's book. Mike doesn't do his contest the way I do. He picks a question out of Total Tester Online and presents it to you, and you're going to put in the right answer. So what I'm going to give you is a question. It's got 4 choices of answers. They're labeled A, B, C, D. Do not put in A, B, C, or D. Type in the answer that you want me to read and think is the correct answer. And when I find the first answer that's I find acceptable as an example, an answer to the question, I will select that person as the winner. And then I'm going to show you how to collect your winnings. Give me a second here to get something set up. Show notes. Oh yeah, then I got to do that. Goodness, all the administrative stuff I'm behind on. Here, tell you what. Yeah, no, I'm going to do that. I said I'd do that first, and so I will. And this one. Okay, we got that prepped. Goes here, and then this is going to happen next, so we'll get that prepped All right. Lots of administrative stuff to do. All right. So I'm going to post a question up on here. I'm going to screen share this question from you from our Total Tester online. You'll find that it looks a lot like the CompTIA exam. In fact, about the only difference in appearance is the CompTIA exams use blue borders. We use green to differentiate them. So it's going to be a 4-question, multiple choice question, answer. Pick the one that you think is right, type in that answer, and I will pick. Are we ready? If you won in the past, you can win again, but if you won more than twice, say pass, so newcomers get a chance. Thank you. All right, that's the one I'm going to share. I might have to do a little bit of resizing on this one. I'm just going to read everything to you so you can help get there, because it's just a little small when I did the screen capture on it. Screen share, this one. All right, here comes the question. And we're sharing. Which type of network intrusion detection system, NIDS, develops a baseline of normal traffic so it can detect deviations in this traffic that might indicate an attack? 4 possible answers: rule-based system, anomaly-based system, signature-based system, filter-based system. I'll read it again while you're typing in answers to the YouTube chat feed. Remember, I don't want to see A, B, C, or D. Type in the words of the answer you want to have. Which type of network intrusion detection system, NIDS, develops a baseline of normal traffic so it can detect deviations in this traffic that might indicate an attack? 4 choices to type in from: rule-based system, anomaly-based system, signature-based system, filter-based system. I'll leave that up while I go look through people who are writing answers. Oh, here they all come. Coyote powder, this is what I was wondering. Oh, you're talking about Quicksilver. Okay. Move on through Udemy or the same. It's the same courses. All of our courses are the same of our online video courses. They're just different avenues. There's different pricing because of who sells them and how they sell them. We got good. I love this. This is a good question. This is a Security Plus based question. And right, if you don't know anything about Security Plus, then you have a 25% chance of getting it right. About 20 more seconds. We'll take a few more. Yeah, some good stuff in here. Lots of good guesses, and it's all across the board. I like this question because it's not one that everybody has a good handle on. So I'll talk a little bit about that for a second. While that's happening, I'm going to update some paperwork here for another 10 seconds. Oh, I did that. I rebooted my computer just before we started the show, and all of my documents are back at their beginnings. All right, we're going to close it off. We have a winner. Let me show you the winning answer. So if you click the assistance button, it gives you a menu of different kinds of assistance that you can have. And so I picked one that said, tell me everything. You could pick just a little hint or reference help or just check your answer. Correct answer was B. B is an anomaly-based system. And then there's an explanation. B is correct. Anomaly-based systems detect unusual network traffic patterns by first creating a baseline of normal network traffic. So first person I have who posted a correct answer is the Xerxes78. Xerxes78, you are our winner today. I'm going to put up here how to collect. It's the Xerxes. There we go. The Xerxes 78. And I'm going to put up a slide. And I just posted it at whatever current time is, 39 minutes past the hour. The how to collect your winnings. I'm going to put it up here as well. I don't know if there's a GTO winner PDF. So what you're going to do, the Xerxes 78, Are you old enough to have been born in 78? Is that what that indicates? Don't answer that. 'Cause I'm not calling anybody out on their age. Just say that I remember 78. I was fairly old by then. You're going to send an email to me, Dave R, at totalsem.com. 4 fields in the body of the email. In the body. I don't care if they're in the headers or someplace else. I don't care if the same thing. I need 4 fields in the body. I need your YouTube name, the Xerxes 78. I need your real name, first name and surname. I need the email address that you want us to send your access information to, and which practice tests. You can go to totalsem.com and check the vendor area and see what our practice test choices are. And let me know which practice test you want by exam number, right? If you want A+, say 220-1001 or 220-1002. By the way, that's the only one we have. That's a bundle. If you specify one, you will get the other. Don't say Network Plus or Net Plus, because there's 2 different products. There's an N10007, there's an N10008, and they're not a bundle. You get the idea? All right, congratulations, the Xerxes. Well, I've got this page up. I'm going to do the other things that I have up here. We did contact information. We got specials. Our weekly special this week is, here's another way to get Total Tester cheap. Create your own bundle. You go to totalsem.com, go to our merchant area, and you pick one of these study subject, A+, Net Plus, Sec Plus, Cybersecurity Analyst Plus, and whatever else is on the list here. Oh, this code is wrong. I didn't update this one. This code is wrong. I see what happened here. The code this week is not Joan, it's YMCA. So you put 2 things in your basket. You put the ebook for that topic in there, and then you put the Total Tester for the same topic in your basket. And then when you check out, use the code not Joan, YMCA. Today, Monday in 81, something like that, 1841, the YMCA was founded. So I thought that would be nice to pay tribute to it. Sorry about the typo on that. One other thing, while I've got this sheet up, there exists a Discord channel to talk about Mike Meyers, his AMAs, my AMAs, and it's expanded into so much more. There's people studying for A+, and people who have problems with their computers, and people who want to know about Raspberry Pis and Linux, and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. And we invite you to join it. It is the unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel. Total Seminars, me, Mike, Andrew, anybody else at the company has nothing to do with it. We are users on there just like anybody else. But because of its roots, it was named unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel, and the name sticks, and Mike doesn't object to them doing that. So be it. Here's the link for it. You can pause your screen later. I'm going to post that link right now on the YouTube feed along with the specials link. Really, I will. There they are. Okay, so here's the link for today's special, and it does say YMCA. Pleased to hear that. Zoom AMA specials, and then 1844, by the way. The Discord link, just posting that now in the YouTube chat. And that gets me caught up on all the administrative stuff. So let's see what I missed. I had something highlighted before we ever got to questions. All right, I'm at time 2:25. Kylie Powder talking to Brittany. I'll let that go. You guys got your own conversation. Oh, what do you mean kind of expensive? It's all relative. We think ours is the cheapest out there, or at least the best. Wilson Kanzwana, welcome back, my friend. Also talking to Brittany. And everybody talking to Brittany. Everybody has advice for you. Hey, Brittany, come on over. If you're not already part of Discord, come on over and post that same question there, and you'll get 370. I think there's over 380, 385, something like that. Last time I checked, of people who just want to help each other out. People agreeing with each other, people talking to each other. Teacher Russell, customizing your practice exam based on what was weak on the last attempt. Badass, very helpful. Thank you. All credit to Michael Smyer, not Mike Myers, but Michael Smyer, our resident in-house genius on all topics. He pretty much wrote that. He and one other gent who is tends to stay a little more anonymous than the rest of us. But the two of them basically coded this thing. And I'm thinking it was about a year project. And of course, like all codes and programs, and it's a web app, there's continuous updates, but wow, it's a really, really knockout product. Quick strike. So a bridge is kind of like a repeater. Yeah. But the difference is a repeater has the same interfaces always. Okay. It's 10 base T and 10 base T, coax to coax, fiber to fiber. A bridge can have different physical layer one interfaces. Okay, we answered some questions for other people here. So is it cheaper? If so, is it cheaper to buy through Udemy? It's cheaper to buy through Udemy when they're on sale. Sure. Don't tell marketing that I mentioned that little factoid. All right, that was when all the answers started coming in. B, Andy Wu. Remember the first thing I said? Don't give me A, B, C, or D. And okay, so what did you just do? I just saw, so Cinderfly does both. I should just reject it. If it has a letter in it, that's one of the choices. I reject it. No, I don't. I'm here to help find winners. Keyword was baselines. Exactly right. Okay, everybody congratulating the Xerxes. What is the current CYSA? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's 02 or 03. But I know whatever, if what we have online is not current, it is the next thing we're got to shoot. We've got something in progress right now that we're working on. And then the next iteration of, I believe, CYSA is the next core video course we're shooting. Okay, Ali's got a question at 241. Am I getting this right? Is a cluster a logical or a high-level view of a sector? Okay, so we're talking hard drive clusters, which is a physical and minimum unit of data. Okay, so the most physical unit of data on a storage device on a hard drive is a sector. Old hard drives were 512 bytes. Current hard drives are 4096 bytes. A cluster is a logical joining of a certain number of sectors. So it is logical. So if that's what you're saying is a cluster, you're saying, am I getting this right? And then you asked a question, but it sounds like the way you asked the question, you correctly have assessed that a cluster is a logical group of sectors. Okay, we've got the Discord invitation posted at 2:43. We got the specials posted also at 2:43. CYSA 002 is current. Okay, if 002 is current, that's what we've got on our Udemy offerings and in Total Tester and our ebook. It's my next class online. Pleased to hear it. All right, well, that looks like it for questions. I am not the type who's in favor of finishing early if we don't have to. We've got about 12 more minutes. We'll hang on a couple more minutes. And I have some notes that I had made earlier. Let me see if, for those of you who didn't get here at the beginning, I will repeat myself. I apologize for those who've already heard this. Today is June 6th. This is the day of the big announcement that Mike has just been gnashing his teeth to do. And it was he is announcing it today. He's doing it at the RSA conference in San Francisco, probably as we speak right now, but I don't have the speaker's schedule. So I sent him a message last week to remind him that he was doing the seminar at RSA conference on Monday. And oh, by the way, his show is on Monday. And so he sent me a message back after thinking about it. He said, we will do everything in our power to make both things happen on Monday. He'll do his thing at RSA and he'll do his show, his regular AMA. And then last night, he sent me a message. I got a text that said, rats, the flight that they put me on makes it impossible to do them both at the same time. And that's why I'm here today, and that's why he's not. As part of our subsequent conversation, I am under strict orders not to do any of the announcing myself on his show. He wants to do the big announcement to you in person. So the plan now is to do that Wednesday. If you look online and computer news and business news and stuff like that, today, tonight, you will probably gather the announcement yourself without having to wait. But if you want to, see Mike light up like a cherub and treat it like it's new information, by all means, just pop in, catch the show, 2:00 Central Time this Wednesday, and you will know everything that he knows. Can I give you a tip on the big secret? Yes, the tip is it's being announced today by Mike at the RSA conference in San Francisco. I'm sorry. I'm sworn to secrecy and employment. If I fess this one up, this will be my last show. And before I go pick up my last check, start working as a fry cook at Wendy's. McDonald's, that's the only one that everybody here who's internationally represented knows, right? How'd this thing come out? Why is that doing that? I had information there that was useful a little bit ago, and now it's not. Let me see if I can move that. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay. So we had a really good turnout today. I think it's because you all wanted to see the big announcement. I'm so sorry, but come back on Wednesday, 2 days, 48 hours from now, 47. And we'll do this again. And let me do a little advertising while I'm at it. My show, of course, that'll be on Friday, same place, same time. I do a 2-hour show every Friday at 2:00. We call Drama. I am Dave Rush. It's an Ask Me Anything, DRAMA, it's drama. And we talk about CompTIA certification and technology and everything. But we add one twist to the game. We use Raspberry Pi computers as projects and tools in studying for various certifications. So we make servers and stuff like that out of them that are great. Instead of going out and buying an old x86 machine, or worse, a new machine, or using up your precious memory as a virtual machine, hey, spend $35 and another 15 for a power supply and a case and an SD card. And you got a Raspberry Pi, and we have done 95 projects. Some were just straight learning. A couple of them were simple lectures and demos, but most of them we do a project. Many times, I'm going to say 80% of the time, the project is tied tightly to a CompTIA objective. Could be A+, Net+, Sec+, something else. Sometimes, though, I get bored with that. You get bored with that. I just do a project for raw fun. We started a project on this past Friday that's a 3-part series, and it is tied, first of all, very tightly to a new A+ objective for Core 2, 220-1102. You've got to know now about help desk ticketing systems, right? Somebody generates a trouble ticket and it gets passed on to various systems and people to actually perform the troubleshooting and document the process electronically. There's ticket systems along the way. And so what I did on this past Friday is part 1 of a 3-part series where I just taught what is a help desk ticketing system. How does it work? What are terms that you have to know? And we match those up against the objectives in the published CompTIA Core 2 objectives. The next 2 pieces are going to be the hands-on pieces, and they're really, really, really fun. When we get done with this, you can have a Raspberry Pi, this one we'll say, it's in the case, running a help desk ticket server. We're using a product called OS Ticket. And what I'm going to show you on this coming Friday is how to install it on a Raspberry Pi. It's a little bit of a complicated install, but you can get really ahead of the game if you will install Ubuntu for Raspberry Pi on a Raspberry Pi. You've got to pick the 64-bit server version, LTS, that's long-term support, version 20.04. If you get that installed and updated and upgraded on a Raspberry Pi, you'll be able to follow along with what I'm going to do in real time. We'll have the complete installation done on the Friday show this week, June 10th. And then next week, we're going to use it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to generate tickets and how to configure it and things like that. I sent out an invitation to the powers that be at OS Ticket and have invited a spokesperson or subject matter expert to join me for the show of how to use it on the 17th. I sent it on the weekend, so they just got it today. So a little time before that gets back, and we'll know if it's going to happen, but fingers crossed. All right, see what popped up whilst I was doing that. Alex. Teacher Russell talking to Dollarwood. My guess is the secret is Mike going to show us the internet like Jen on the in crowd. This is the internet. They keep it up in Big Ben. The elders of the internet have allowed you to use this as a demonstration. Can I really? Oh God, if you haven't seen that, look at the IT crowd, the IT crowd, and look up the internet. It is just a hilarious episode. Wait a minute. The elders of the internet. I won't give you the next line because it's hilarious, but it's not what you think it's going to be. Titty Wash, post the announcement on LinkedIn. I expect all of our social media to be jammed with the announcements. Our blog, I know that the boss has written a blog entry for it. I don't know if he's posted it yet. We got some kind of direction that says have everything postable electronically on Wednesday. I don't know if that prohibits us from posting it sooner, but for all of our blogs and whatever, and as soon as I know that we're permitted to do that, I will do a post on my LinkedIn. So you'll get that. So again, hey, join me, link with me on LinkedIn. Just look up Dave Rush or David Rush and either Total Seminars or Raspberry Pi. You'll find me on LinkedIn. Send me a link request or follow me, and you will get my regular postings, including the big announcement when it comes out. Do the same for Mike. He will gladly link up with you. Mbricks. Hello, I'm taking Network Plus class over the summer, and I was wondering if you have any suggestions to help better comprehend the plethora of information you need remembering for the class. Yes, I do. Do it. Okay, everything that you learn, do it. Memorizing ports and their names sucks, but build an email server and set up port 25 for SMTP, set up port 110 for POP3 inbound box. That will make it stick in your mind. Hook up two computers together with a crossover cable and pass some data back and forth. Hook up two computers with a $5 switch that you get at a flea market, at a garage sale, at a boot sale. Use an old router. You can pick old routers up for $5. They've got a built-in switch, and use straight through cables and hook up two computers, right? The more hands-on that you get, that's what ingrains things. Memorizing stuff. Look, I used to teach all kinds of piloty stuff, including ground schools. And the first ground school that I ever took, the instructor there gave me one of the best pieces of information that I've ever kept as a professional instructor in any field. This was a boot camp. It was a slam camp, a day and a half of class, and then take the test and pass it in the second half of the second day. And we get a 95% pass rate, something like that. But he warned us as students, anything you can learn in a day and a half, you can forget in a day and a half. When we're talking about pure memorization, that stuff doesn't stick. Now you can help that by repeating that memorization with my favorite learning tool, flashcards. But otherwise, the best learning method in the world is get your hands on stuff. Get an old dead computer and resurrect it. Get network equipment, get an old switch, get some cables, go crazy, get a cable crimper and buy a couple of crimps and start crimping your own cables until you get them working, until you can do a 568A termination or a 568B termination. It makes so much more sense, and it sticks with you the more senses that you involve. Touch it, smell it, taste it, see it, hear it. Okay. Oh, I got to tell you my last story here. We've only got 30 seconds left in the show, but I got to tell you this. To that end, my academic and career early training is in electrical engineering. I speak electricity. It's okay. And I understand conceptually residential and commercial electricity wiring. But I'm also smart and careful. When I go work on household wiring, I turn breakers off, so I'm safe. But I have hired electricians, and I've seen electricians work sometimes who work on powered stuff. Now, I'll do that on a computer circuit board all day long, 12 volts DC, big deal. But 120 volts AC, not so much. So they always knock me out when they do this. And I thought, you know what? I have, at my age now, I have done so much household electrical wiring and things like that. I'm going to do one like the electricians do. I'm going to work on it live powered. I got myself some tools that had lots of nice rubber grips on them and things like that. And I had to replace a socket, a ground fault circuit interrupter socket. And I did it with my kid there to learn and to help and to do CPR if it went badly. And sure enough, it went badly. We get the thing out, I'm disconnecting wires and everything's going great. And then my finger kind of slid up past the rubber on a pair of diagonal pliers, and okay, it was a tingle. It wasn't bad. I'll just be more careful next time. And then the next, on the other hand, is, you know what? I'm going to go kill the breaker. So don't work with live electricity, even if you think you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. All right, I see some agreement with me there. Teacher Russell says, don't forget to crimp that crossover cable yourself. Exactly right. Then you have to do really hard work explaining what the voltage to me. No, I'm not doing that right now. It's end of show. Mike's show is an hour. I'm not going to drag it any longer than that. Come back, see us again on Wednesday. See Mike on Wednesday live. He will just be beyond excited and beside himself. I am very confident to tell you all about what's going to happen or what has happened and what the implications are. And we got just wonderful, wonderful stuff happening. All right, I'm going to wind things up here. Head on over to Discord channel. I wasn't planning on doing this today. I had other plans for this afternoon, so I won't make Discord channel today. I will poke in my head. I always do, and see who's typing what and whatever. But there is work on my porch step. So from all of us at Total Seminars, my eternal gratitude to Mike Meyers and everybody at Total who so generously provides us these time and resources to get together with you. Of course, my most heartfelt thank goes to you and everyone who comes to Mike's show and to my show to participate. I am Dave Rush, filling in for Mike Meyers. I'm the senior instructor at Total Seminars, resident pie specialist, and I'm wishing you a great week. Take care of each other. Take serious steps to stay healthy. Call or visit your parents if that's possible. And never forget, technology is great, but the greatest resources we have are you and I. And with that, good night. I'll see you at the next AMA. And until then, I am out of here. This presentation was recorded before a live audience, and no animals were hurt during the production of this program. Later, guys.